Here with me, I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me here again, smack dab in the middle of the moment. Thank you for being in this moment with me, for choosing in your infinite wealth, in your infinite health, to spend some of that time with me. We're going to talk about being healthy today. Might be a sensitive topic, but we're definitely not one to stray away from sensitive topics. Basically, this quote, you know, a healthy person wishes, wants for 1,000 different things. A sick person wants but one, right? To be healthy again. And to really bring that into our minds today, to acknowledge the fact that we might be healthy. If you're not healthy, to acknowledge this understanding that the only thing you want to be is healthy. And then to address what we can do to be healthy. Meowdy to you, Sofina. You've been missed, my dear friend. I was talking to my mom today, telling her that I want to create a sub channel eventually that I'll call like Melt Meow or something like that. And I'm just gonna do covers of like new songs, pop songs, old songs. I'll do like Mozart, all of it, but with meows. Meow, 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 meow. And I was thinking about you. Thank you for joining me, Sofina. It's nice to have you here, dear friend. Shannon and Nana. Connor, too. Dear Sofina is here on the YouTube as well. I'll see you in a second. My throat is a little bit itchy. And it is the last day of September. The last day in a while that we'll smoke marijuanas. That will drink caffeine molecules. Starting from tomorrow, I'm going to be a sober little duck. It's going to be quite interesting. Weirdly enough, the thing that intimidates me the most about being sober is I don't know if intimidation is the right word, but I do these sanghas that I really enjoy, and I feel I'm better at them when I smoke a little bit of marijuana. So now I'll get to get good without it. You're like, oh, thanks, Belt. I didn't ask. I'm sorry. I'm back in a second. I'm back in a second. Well, my keel yucking out. There's on my phone with like me on a lap. He spoke my motor. I don't know if this is should be nah more. I love you. Man, my nose is all stuffy and stuff. I don't want to be sniffing, but it seems it ought to be that way. What do you think, Isaac Pro? You're the one that's great, dear friend. Oh my goodness, Reddit is going to be clear today? No glitching. Yes. Finally, we have transcended the barrier. Kept climbing the wall to find ourselves on the other side of it. Sicketh. I'm happy for all of the friends that tune in on the Reddit. There's actually a surprising amount of friends that tune in on the Reddit afterwards. It kind of boggles my mind. I don't understand it still, but I don't understand a lot of things. So, Safina, thank you, friends, for saying love. Jovan is here too. I'm sure the sangas will be great, just as great. I'm sure as well, Shannon. It's just the stories we tell ourselves. I feel with that, you can call it yoga nidra. Technically, it's like it's a whole thing, a whole practice. You can call it non-sleep deep rest as well. And for some reason, if I smoked a little bit of marijuana, there's like something that becomes tuned. Maybe it's susceptibility, maybe its openness tunes a little bit more into that energy. And I feel like I can flow very easily in that state, but nothing is necessary. Run the jewels. Already did that, Melt. Run the jewels. Already did that. I seem to be hamster brain today. I already don't know what you're talking about. I'm so sorry, Joy Vive. Love explosion. Thank you for love explosion, us. I mean, it's interesting you join directly after our beloved Joy Vive says, "Run the jewels." Already did that. It's nice to have you here, Gateway. Thank you for joining us, friend. I'm stuffy. I'm all stuffy. I want to pull a card at the start of the stream today, and then I'm going to use that as the intention that we'll smoke for. Mariah's here too. Faces of Angkor. Kind of trippy. Gives me DMT vibes. Monks just chilling. Look at these chill monks. Just so chill. So chill monks. I aspire to be that level of chill. Beep beep, I'm a sheep. I'll share your wool and make a cool little jersey out of it. Keep me warm. Keep me safe from all of those nasty little colds. Yeah. Thank you, Mariah, for joining us. Lolo is here too. Howdy do, buds. It's nice to have you too. I'm doing well. I'm feeling a little bit snuffy. I'm feeling pretty contemplative. And it's interesting that I feel stuffy, right? Like I feel unhealthy right now. You know, that I want to not be stuffy in this moment. But if I wasn't stuffy at all, then there wouldn't even be this conception within me, you know, to want one thing instead of another. And that's what we're talking about today. The fact that a person that is completely in good health can create all of these narratives of things that they want, of things they believe they need even. And yet, a person that is sick wants only one thing. A single thing. It's to be as you are right now. And to tune into that, to be like, oh yeah, here I am. Instead of waiting to get sick to be happy where it is I am, I can just be happy where it is I am. How about that? Life hacks. Card number 18 is the one we pulled. Let me just read the little bit of the small piece. The card's core meaning is ancient wisdom. This card invites you to explore the realm of ancient wisdom. Long-held secret ancient wisdom traditions are becoming increasingly accessible for our exploration. I've been diving into the Hermetic principles again as of late. Emerald tablets and stuff like that. So this feels pretty synchronous. I'm sorry for the sniffing. I know, it kills me too. The more we learn about people who walked the earth before us, the more fully we may understand our humanness. This card encourages you to investigate any tradition to which you are attracted. There are many to enjoy, yet what you seek is more than a superficial glance. This may be a time for deeper study, or perhaps it is in your future to make a personal pilgrimage to places where ancient wisdom dwells. Where might you adventure? Be it by book or by internet, by jet plane, or by jet plane, become a seeker of ancient wisdom and witness how it will change your life. Adventure forth with an open heart and mind. Be prepared to learn as much about yourself as you will about those who came before you. How many versions of us, of what you are right now, have come before you? And how many times before have they convinced themselves that they are at a loss when they were perfectly healthy? It's a good question to ask. Melt, Beansy, Sylvina, and Isaac. Hope all is well, my friends. Hope all is well with you, dear Rambler. Thank you for joining us. How are you? How are you feeling? Health? Health is the intention, sure. Health. This is killing me. The sniffing is really like every time I sniff, I'm trying to picture at least one other person. Let's say just one, just a single person being like, "No, stop it." And then I realize that it's more than just one person, probably. It's just like this collective, no stop it. And then I'm like, no stop it. So I'm here stop it with you. I'm gonna ask for some stability. I'm gonna ask for some wisdom, knowledge. I'm gonna ask for some magic. I'm gonna ask for some change. I'm gonna ask for protection. Not protection from an outside source, but protection from myself as the warrior. So, stability, wisdom, magic, change, strength. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Getting them magics. Is that a goo I see? Is that a gobbity goo dabbing on us? Straight up loading, dab, loading, thumbs up, loading, elbow bump. Loving you too. Meow the jewel. Oh, people doing meow. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy there's already a thing. That Run the Jewels released September 25th, 2015. The album is a remix of Dio original Around the Jewel 2, an instrumental replaced with sounds of cats. Sounds beautiful to me. I'm happy that it's already a thing. Maybe there's a market or something for it. I have a book about Gnostic teaching and alchemy and hermetic studies. Get it, dude. That's some good stuff to look at, you know. And don't believe it any more than you believe anything else, but pay attention to it and see why those people believe the things that they did, how they apply to where you are right now, and how in understanding these things you can be a more full person as the self. Sounds like an interesting read there, Tunes. It does, right? Patience and forgiveness for yourself, my friend. Yeah, you're right. Right. I guess there's a lack of patience or an inability to forgive yourself, even in something as arbitrary as a stuffy nose. Right? Technically, my brain or my body or my immune system is just trying to protect me from what it thinks are foreign bodies. It just happens to be some pollen flying through the air. Me being a little bit aggressive or not wanting to be that way might send the wrong message. To just be soft, to be like, thank you, dear body, for estimating so well. I really appreciate your histamine efficiency. It's impressive. Can you can you relax it a little bit? I'm sure before the end of the stream we're gonna be completely cured. Gonna be in perfect health. Not asking for much, are you, Mel? No, just everything. You know, just a little bit of everything will be enough. Thank you. Sophia. I love you, Shanners, Joy V, Contuners, Lola, Marvin, Gateway, Jobo, Bizzlebot. Love you too, Goo. I hope to have you here with the bear. Are you still busy today? How's your adventures looking? It is Friday today, right? Yeah, yeah. It's Friday. I'm gonna ask for an histamine on your behalf, Mel. You want some antihistamine? Thank you. I mean, I'm guessing you're gonna ask for antihistamine on my behalf, like universe. Please antihistamine melt right now. I feel pretty antihistamine right now, Joy V. I'm not gonna lie. So maybe whatever you did worked. Thank you. Thank you for manifesting good health with me. Howdy, y'all. Hope everyone is well today. Even better, seeing your name, dear Sam. It's a pleasure having you here with us. I'll help. I'll take a helping of everything from the universe as well if you're getting it. Yeah, everything ice cream. You know? What? It has everything in it. What do you mean it has? Yeah. Just instead of everything bagels, we'll get everything ice creams. You know, you put everything in a bowl, and then you add the inevitable heat death of the universe, and then you blend them together, and you get everything ice cream. So health in everything. That's what we'll do. Thank you, Gateway Goblin, for adding to the joint today. Everything. It's a pretty badly spelled everything, but everything couldn't fit into anything. So I think it's apt that it doesn't fit into the little paper or to the space I was trying to write it in. Health in everything. Health in our financial lives, health in our physical bodies, health in our spiritual understandings, health in our relationships with one another, Health, health, health upon you. Health to your economies. Health to your love lives. Health to your kids. Health to your pets. So blessed to see you run the jewel from Rage Against the Machine next spring. That sounds really cool, actually. Makes me happy to hear that people are doing cool things, man. Been better, but it's the weekend, so best not focus on the negative. Get good. Savina, get good. Yeah, there's a bunch of negatives to focus on these days. I'm dealing with some disappointment today as well, but I'm going to not be disappointed instead. I'll show you disappointment stops being disappointed. Disappointment's like, whoa, I just lost something. And you know what I lost? Nothing. I just gained some peace of mind. Woo! Yo! Don't want to be stressing about things outside of my control anymore. Just want to be as present, as happy, as ourselves as we can be in this very moment, right? Be grateful to be healthy. What do you think, PK? Have you felt more healthy since you've started your journey, Brother Bear? That's the thing that I'm curious about. I bought tickets before the pandemic, so it's been a long wait, dude. You must be super excited. I also will be listening to live music soon, in so many words. I'm there with you, Melty. Been sneezing and coughing up mucus. My body keeps trying to get sick, and I keep feeding it vitamin C. It's like, nope, no sick for you. How about you got some of the C? And your body is like, oh, well, guess we're not sick anymore. We got C. And then perpetuating between those two patterns. Stay healthy, stay up, drink enough water. Hey, Mel, about to get a phone interview for a possible new job. Wish me luck. Hmm. I saw I saw a plane from above, and I could see the turbulence, the downforce it was producing flying through the air. I could see it, but it was visualized as yellow energy. So maybe you, as the plane going towards a new destination, the energy of willpower, represented by yellow, is underneath your wings. How's that for luck? Love you, PK. Good luck, dear friend. I believe it's if it's what it's supposed to be, right? If it's the job you need to have, if it's the place you can do the most good, it will be. If it's not, doesn't say anything about you, just means that your work needs to be done elsewhere. No matter where you go, Brother Bear, there you'll be. Love you. Thank you for doing the most you can. Absolutely more healthy, physically and mentally. Although I'm under the weather right now. Me too. I'm also a little bit under the weather right now. It's kind of beautiful that we're talking about this topic. Like trying to stay healthy, eating good food, sleeping efficiently. I don't feel I'm sleeping quite enough right now, but sleeping efficiently to try and be healthy, and it can still, you know, go go haywire, if you will. Huh? It's nice to have you here, Uncle Becky. Haywire Hillians. The Haywire Hillians gather around the fire, sitting and sharing stories, conversating about the future we're heading into. Actively manifesting. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. I'll I'll have to save that. Mama, as ek vergeet, onthou ek wil môre praat oor ons het die wêreld gemanifesteer met ons woorde. Letterlik. Ek praat gister, ek sê as jy daaraan dink, het ons eers gepraat voor ons hierdie wêreld gehad het. En dit was tegnies die eerste invention wat ons toegelaat het om in die wêreld te bou. So in 'n manier, die stories wat ons mekaar vertel het rondom vure toe ons net geleer het om te praat, is die stories wat ons nou lewe. Ah, that's pretty trippy. Hey, giving us some goat farts. Thank you, Uncle Beckers. How are you feeling, Brother Bear? How are you breathing? How's your back, dude? I've been thinking about your back a lot. I hope it's good. I hope you've been giving it enough rest. I hope you've been taking care. I hope the family has been taking care of you. You can't even imagine, dude. Like I can. I can actually imagine, but I can't see the full fractal of what you must be going through right now. Me and my mom have been talking a lot about my dad these days. And you're that dad, Uncle Becky. You're that dad, dude. Pretty much in the same fractal that my dad is. It's trippy, you know? And I would like to have chats with Emma and Bubby, you know, when I eventually come through. Chat to them about you know? See the fractal from both sides. I don't know why I'm thinking about these things, but I'm thinking about you, brother there, sending you love. What type you smoking there, bud? It's called Orange Sherbet. At least that's the name on the seeds. You know, if the seeds are actually that, it's up for debate, but yeah. It is marijuanas. It has tetrahydrocannabinol, cannabidiol, CNB, CBN. It has a bunch of things that influence your endocannabinoid systems, creating maybe slight euphoria, maybe some dopamine. Me personally, openness, softness, and a certain sense of receptivity. I feel my receptivity always increases when I smoke a little bit. Is that a cigar and a peppermint mononoke? Let me see it. I've missed you, friends, so much. It's so nice to see you. How have you been? A scoop of the universe, you know? And weirdly enough, Gateway, thank you for setting me up like this. Drum roll, please. You are the scoop of the universe. You know? You are the spoon and the one that is scooping. Right? You as the spoon of the universe, scooping the ice cream that is you, eating yourself with the spoon, as the spoon, eating something else. Yes, yes, the scoop of the universe is you. I hope you're healthy in this place, dear friend. Tell us of the disappointment melt. Better out than in. Like, I really feel like I have no attention span today, Joy. Maybe it's the way it's supposed to be. Maybe tomorrow we'll have infinite attention span because we'll be sober or whatever. I haven't even started smoking my joint. Morning, people. Cigar. It's nice to have you again. Thank you for joining us, friend. Thank you for saying hi to our beloved Shanna. Yeah, yeah, Gateway. You're the scoop of the universe, right? As above, so below. You inverse. Universe. You, inverse, is the universe. There is what you conceive of self, and then there's what you conceive of not self, right? The inverse of you. But it's you. Inverse. There is no separating yourself from it. Surviving Melt, finally getting sleep patterns back to normal. Thank you, Cigar, for taking care of yourself in that way, dear friend. I'm happy that you're surviving. It's nice to see your name. I'd like to see it more. Not for my sake, but just to be like, hey, Cigar, I see you. Are you staying healthy? Are you drinking enough water? Are you exercising? Are you sleeping well? What are you putting into your body? You know, is it serving you? Not from a place of, but just from a place of love. Want you to get better. I've been stuck. Bro, are you stupid? Maybe. Maybe I'm stupid. I believe we see exactly what we are, you know? Dubai. No, don't chase him away. I would like to ridicule him for a little bit, you know. You look like Jeffrey Dahmer. Mm. It's such a weird thing for you to say. I just watched the Netflix documentary as well. My mom was gonna give you a snot glop, bro. You don't even want to know what that is. Anyway, I'm joking, friend. Like I just watched the whole Jeffrey Dahmer documentary as well, and I've been thinking about that whole situation, kind of looking into, you know, the ultimate horror of humanity, and then noticing how we're basically at an age, at a turning point where we get to be differently. You know, we get to not be that again. He got wholesome hammered. Yeah, I assume so. My vrienden het hom klaar geban, maar I wanted to poke fun at him. Like the thing is as well. Like the biggest thing that I wanted to say really is just this understanding that I've tried to develop of you don't see what you want, you don't find what you want. You see or you find what you are. Again, as above, so below. As within, so without. Can't see anything you're not. So, sounds all right. Enjoy. Thank you, Aris Karab. It's nice to have you too. From suffering, from suffering, some clarity. Clarity brings decisions. Decisions change lives. Hmm. Clarity. Clarity is a good one, and I feel one of the best pieces of clarity we can find is to clarify how we're doing wrong. I listened to uh, Jordan Peterson and Russell Brand talk today about trying to solve problems and how, on a very visceral level, if you're unwilling to admit there is a problem, it's impossible for you to ever solve it, right? Because as soon as you admit there's a problem, there becomes this possibility for the problem to be solved. You might not know how the problem is solved, but in admitting that, you can already start to take steps to actually solve the problem in the first place. Clarity. Clarity to know where the problems are, to make the decisions that will mitigate the problems in the future. Uncle Becky, thank you for making good decisions. Are you from SA, bro? I am, dear friend. Thank you, Rambler. Sorry for the lag. The stream is hiding comments again. It's okay. Thank you. Where in SA are you from? I'm in at this moment living in the Mpumalanga slash Limpopo area. Limpopo area, technically, yeah. Sending some love to Glitterbot. Hope she's having a better day. Thank you, Rambler, for sending that love to her friend. I used to live there, technically. Been a long time since I've been back. Maybe it's better that way, friend. Make the most of where you are. Send money back home, dude. Send money back home. If you're earning in dollars or euros, you can make some big impact in people's lives in South Africa. The southern part of the continent of Africa, that it is. So, I was wondering where you were, morning friend, Jumping Jack. It's nice to have you, friend. How are you doing? Are you safe? Are you okay? Is things stable? Are you healthy? All of the above. I've been stuck in an addiction loop. My willpower is non existent. It feels like it is ingrained in my everyday experience. How do I control myself when I've tried to quit countless times? You sit with it. You just sit with it, Connor. And I do this with myself intentionally. Like, one of the addictions I have is in checking my phone. So I'll do this. I'll reach for my phone, like I'm going to pick it up, and then I tell myself, I don't need to do that. And then I bring my hand back. And then I do it over and over again. Oh, I'm going to check something on my phone. And I tell myself, oh, I'm going to check something on my phone. And then I stop. And then I bring myself back. Oh, I'm going to do the thing. And then I think about it. Oh, I'm going to light it. Oh, I'm going to drink it. Oh, I'm going to swallow the pill. Oh, and then I'm gonna feel this way. Oh, and then I'm gonna maybe have a hard time sleeping, maybe sleep earlier. Oh, and then I'm gonna wake up the next morning and I'm gonna feel, I wish I didn't do that, or now I feel bad for not sleeping well enough. Right? So I keep going through this almost like mental simulation, over and over and over and over, growing that skill of focus. Where is it I place my focus? Where is it that I believe I need help? Where is it I believe I'm falling short? And in doing so over and over again, Connor, we get better at it. You're speaking to my soul. Gateway process. We're getting better at it, right? Holding the joint without needing to smoke it. Appreciate it. We appreciate you, Cigar. Love you, dear friend. Thank you for sending love to our friends. Connor, have you solidified to yourself why it is you're wanting to quit? Do you know why you're starting this journey? Or are you just pulling yourself along? Good questions to ask, Sam. Thank you. Jovan saying also, one step at a time, tunes. Try going one day, next time two, next time three, a week. Don't be victoriate if you slip up here and there. Reflect and see that you are capable. Just do it for a single day. Do it for, like, as I mentioned, do it for the moment. Like the thing you feel you're addicted to. Let's say marijuana. I don't think I'm addicted to marijuana, but I do enjoy it a lot to the point where I'll justify doing it even if I know I shouldn't be, right? And you could technically say that as addiction. But that is why I'm starting Sober October tomorrow. Again, with this complete willingness, this complete acceptance that it is good. to take a break from these things, to completely go without, and to show ourselves that that is possible. And even though that might be the extreme of that kind of mental practice, to look at the weed you want to smoke, for example, to pick up your grinder, you know, and then to put it back down, to be like, oh, I'm gonna smoke some weed. Actually, no, I don't need to right now. Just that. You're already getting better at it, friend. Just that. You got this. Being past my birthday and putting this month behind me. I hope to see more beautiful months ahead of you, Cigar. Don't be discouraged. Please don't. But remember, okay, again, tunes, addiction is difficult. Perhaps finding something else to do in the moments you would be doing slash using whatever it is you're addicted to. It is a process, my friend. I fully believe in you, dear friend. Thank you, dear Shan, for encouraging that love as well. Morning, Javiv. Thank you, beautiful friends. I've been trying to quit since I was young. Feels like it's stronger than me. It's just been back into the same habits. I want to be better, just never have been yet. It's the old story, friend. You know, you can see of it as who you were, you know. And now from this moment on, you get to choose who you want to be. There's never like I like this quote. There is no moment that is more conducive to your growth, to your transformation, and the time in which you are, the place in which you are, and the moment that is now. You know, there's nowhere else to grow. There's there's no place where you can go. There's no time you can wait for. All of the growth, all of the transformation, all of the change you want to make in your life will always happen right now. There's no other place for it to happen, dear friend. I see you making that choice right now. Connor, when it no longer serves you and your decision to quit has sunk body deep, you'll be able to let it go. It'll be easy. It'll be so easy. One day at a time. And for me, it's every day brings better. It brings, for me, it is every day bring better than I was in the day before. The only person I am in competition with is myself. But the struggle is real, and we're all human. Beautiful said. Like I'm so happy that we have such a full spectrum. Like if health and addiction, you know, like I'm butchering the sentence. I believe health and addiction go very much hand in hand as well, where we can become addicted to toxic behaviors. We can become addicted to sugar, and that can be extremely detrimental to our health, right? And if someone uses cocaine, we might demonize them more than someone who is addicted to sugar. Both of them are using a white powdery substance, right? But one of them we see as one way, another one of them we see as another way. When both of them are technically addiction, and both of them are inevitably ruining the health of the individual addicted to those things. To health, to health, and to breaking addiction. I'm looking forward to actually doing October. Someone I do not know. Mama? Is iemand van ons daarmee te wees? Oh, okay. Is die Tannie? Mama? Okay. Pepe! Some peepers are here. My mom is making a dress for someone and she's coming to fit it. Get some nervous energy for Sober October. Yeah, me too. But whoever is doing it too, we got this. We so got this, Jovan. I look forward to being accountable with you, friends. Sorry, cartoons. Automatically changed to cartoon. It's okay, dear friend. He's gonna make cartoons himself, so love you, dear cartoons. Breaking out of habit have been a part of you for so long. It really is a process. But like Joe said, don't get discouraged. Melita! It's so nice to have you here, friend. Yesterday, it might have been the day before yesterday. It might have been just yesterday. I had Melita stick on stream because I wasn't smoking. And I was missing you, dear friend. It's so nice to have you here today. So much love to you, Mel. I've been considering trying to replace a bad habit with a habit I want to start. Always trying to solve the problem. I'm trying to, and at least this is what I'm going to try to do. Every single time I have a craving to smoke weed during this October, I'm going to go and do pull-ups. You know, do 10 pull-ups or whatever. Man, Pippi maak my regtig kwaad as hy so te kere gaan. Soos dit mos is dit doen iets in my brain wat maak dat ek op wil trap. It's just like I'm telling my mom that it really pisses me off when dogs do that. You know, like why? Like stop it. Stop, please. My brain. The sun is also, sneaking through the gap in the trees to blast my eyeballs. I'm there with you. I'm there with you, Jovan. Replacing the old patterns with new ones. The medicine mother in me wants to remedy you tunes, and she will, dear Shan. It's just a matter of time. See you again, Melita. So much love to you. I'm always going cold turkey with a lot for October. You all have been the foundation I needed to make a big decision like this. You friends mean so much. So much love to you. But love right back to you, Connor. We see you, friend. Thank you for being on this journey with us. And yet, tunes. The togetherness of this gives me strength too. I'm cheering you on so much. Thank you. Thank you, dear Jovan. Melita giving us beautiful fractals from her brain. She says she's been cycling through smoking less and then smoking more and then vice versa. The key is to keep the tolerance on the level where you just when just one or two puffs are working. When it's not, it's a sign to smoke less. Filling in the time with other activities is also very, very important because weed smoking becomes an activity in and of itself, right, for a lot of people. And that's why I try to set intentions with my weed smoking. Please, puppy, please, 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 please stop. Please, dog, please. You're barking at nothing. Like she's seen these people multiple times now. Universe listens. Hell, what a juxtaposition to be inhaling smoke particles for health, you know, bombing for peace, having sex for virginity. I know, I know, this stream will in a lot of ways be paradoxical going forward. I think there's something in my nature that just happens to be that way as well. Thank you again for the love, Shan. When I was modifying my diet, I had to literally sit down with myself and talk through why I felt the need to kill a whole bag of potato chips. Right, Sam? And I do that too, friend. Like there is, and like there's no stopping me. Before I know it, the potato bag of chips is gone. And then I can go back for like six more. Like this, it's almost like there's something wrong with me sometimes. And the way that I've been fighting that is with intermittent fasting, where I eat one good macroed meal a day, and then outside of that window, I don't eat. Because it's usually at the nighttime, when it's the worst possible time for you to be eating things, that I get cravings, and then I don't want to eat a full meal, so I want to eat something easy, so I eat chips or something, and then this, liquids that go along with that, or other candies, and so it very much is an addiction, so difficult to come over. And we have probably all, as a collective, gone through the food addiction as well. Thank you, Sam, for sitting down with yourself and asking that, for letting me do the exact same. Are you going to do Inktober as well? I do believe so. Addiction, in my case, filled the spaces where I needed something else, and I didn't know what. Addiction for me was usually just this like filling space. I guess what you're saying is exactly the same, but it was more like I was doing it as an activity, right? Oh, I feel guess I can eat something and then feel plus feeling eating something, right? It was like I was like padding something. I was instead of filling something that was empty, I was pouring something extra over what was already in it, right? Like there might be like drain water in a cup, and then instead of serving you the drain water that you can see through, I add a bunch of, you know, colored syrup that kind of diffuses the drain water, and then you can't exactly see how dirty the water was in the first place. I feel like that's what I do with like weed sometimes, and especially with food. Instead of just sitting, watching the drain water kind of like slowly and surely, settle into like a dirty little surface on the bottom, I would rather add stuff to the freaking dirty water, stir it up and chug it. Try and just get through it by brute force, and that's never something that helps me, never serves me. Peppy thinks she's protecting you. You're right. You're right. Thank you for reminding me, Gateway. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I get angry for not knowing why I get angry. Because I want to be the one that protects her or something. I want her to feel safe enough that I'm not in need of protection. I don't know what it is. I want her to be chill. Someone else was driving the car today, so maybe that's why she was so sus. Just like, what is this? Beans is asking on Reddit. If you are on Reddit, I am, Maxine. Am I gone? I'm just having a hard time keeping up. I'm here. I'm here with you, friend. Fortunately, to hear what people say. I exist to solve. Me too, brother Bear. Me too, man. It's the only thing that I know how to do well. It's the only thing I want to do these days. Is just make better. I exist to solve. I feel that, brother Bear. Sorry to hear. Unfortunately, I tend to hear that when I ask people about that place. Yeah, someone shoot the bloody cricket in the background. I'm happy that you feel, get the cricket through the storm and still have what is important to me: fingers, toes, food, and a roof. All of my critters and loved ones are just fine. I'm blessed. I'm so happy to hear this. Thank you for letting us know, friend. It's nice to see you, Jack. We love you. We love you so much. Solve the problem of not having Command and Conquer on your computer. That game, Command and Conquer Tiberian Wars, have been played more than I'd like to admit by me. GDI is gonna brown their pants when they know what's coming for them, friends. A weed holiday bonus. Your tolerance drops considerably. Yeah, and then it feels like you smoke super weed when you smoke again. It's pretty nice. Thank you all for the loving energy from everyone. It was a critical assessment. It was a critical assistant throughout the entire process. Right there with you, brother Bear. Right here with you now. What happened? The hurricane, I believe. Been trying to quit smoking for a while, but I often fluctuate between feeling addicted and in control. When the reality is, I don't always know. I like the idea of Sober October. I might try quitting for at least a day to see if I can do it. Try, please. 420 Prelude. Right? And you can technically convince or jinx yourself, trick yourself into doing it by, telling yourself, oh, if I don't smoke for a month, smoking a single joint would be the best experience with weed I've had in the last 2 years if I haven't, done this to myself. So it's almost like you can visualize for yourself an apple at the other side of the bridge, that you have to cross. Try for a day, friend. See how you feel. Went for a ride on the back of a hurricane. It was pretty intense. Like that. Wow! Yo! Wow! Go, hurricane, go! I'm with you. Ariskar, as someone who's quit multiple times, I'd recommend trying to go for 2 weeks. If you smoke a lot, the withdrawals will come in those stages: mental, physical. One day isn't enough, but it's a great start. It's true. It's true. 2 weeks, tends to be a good amount of time. I'm comfortable with a month though. We've done it before. We did it last year. And I want to make it a part of, these streams as well, where we don't demonize the use of psychedelics or substance, but we always bring into the minds of all of us that balance is of utmost importance. And going completely without, I believe technically isn't balance, but right? It isn't balanced because I'm going cold turkey, which is unbalanced. But I'm also doing it 1 out of 12 months, which is also unbalanced. But at least it's being done with an intention of showing ourselves that we can. And that allows us balance in our behavior, in our use of these substances, to at least know we have that place inside of us that can go without of it, on a whim for a month. It's a mental practice. Question is whether you really want to quit. If you do, There is many different paths that you may or may not find useful. If you don't, nothing will last. Beautiful point. Oh wow. Didn't you know you were in that area? Glad you're safe. Thank you for sending that love, dear Maxine. Doing the little things well and with care is a step forward, doing the big things better. You have to do the things well before you're going to be given keys to the big things. You know, it's like a it's like a rippling effect out from you and your health. It starts from your health, right? If you don't exercise, taking care of this machine that is going to be your ride until you die, right? If you don't sleep well enough, again, taking care of this machine, it'll be your ride until you die. And if you don't eat well, literally the things your machine uses to become itself, then you're not gonna have a good time up until you die, right? So health for the self is going to bleed into everything else. It's like a ripple effect where you take care of yourself, then you can take care of your household, and you can take care of your community slash company, then you can take care of your city or town, and then you can take care of your state, then you can take care of your country, and then you can take care of the world as a whole. But it has to start here now with you. There's no one else willing to do it for you. You have to do it for you. I saw some people reply to my comment, but Reddit won't let me read the whole comment for some reason. But thank you anyway. We love you. 420 Prelude. That should be the extent of it probably. Melty is Shanna on Reddit. She is. I don't think she is actually. She might be on YouTube. I don't think she uses Reddit anymore. Thank you for letting us know as well, dear Savina. Yeah, so beautiful. The space has precipitated so much growth and thought. Wouldn't be possible without you. You reading this right now. I love you. You hearing those words. You have been loved by Connor and by me, retroactively at the same time, simultaneously. I have explained the barking at nothing to my finances dog bandit numerous times. He doesn't understand. People don't want to say hello when he's yelling. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know, that's really how I see it as well. Actually, Cigar. So I'm happy you say it that way. To me, it would be like, right, like if you are a person and you just came up to our house, and I'm like this small entity, and I just like that's that's what it looks like. It's like, whoa, how about you? How about you relax? How about you calm down, little creature? How about you don't? Yeah, we're joking about you, Peppy. We're making jokes about you. She comes strutting in. First day or two of quitting weed can be great just because it's nice not to have any head fuzz. But then those 1 or 2 nights of not sleeping is tough. And the second week anxiety, not to mention the other dreams. I'm waiting for all of those things, friend. I'm ready for them. I feel they're an experience in and of themselves, right? Like you have an experience smoking weed, you can have an experience not smoking weed, and no matter what experience you get to have, it is an experience worth having. All you have to try and do is be grateful and be present for it. Well, I'm a little intimidated. These prompts seem challenging, but I'm up for it. I saluted you. I got a sugar problem. Me too, Joy V. That shit be good. So good. Damn. Hot damn. I can I can gorge myself. Especially fruits. Fruits is just, technically still sugar, right? Like I can destroy like a kilogram of strawberries or blueberries or like a carton of grapes. Like this straight up problems. Cartoons times two. Love you. Thank you for that, Joe Bud. What prompt sheet do you guys have, Joe? I would love to do the same one. Please, please find out. I'm totally breaking my tea break in October. Yeah, Gab. Please, but instead abstaining from alcohol. Please. That sounds good to me too, brother Bear. You've been abstaining for most of your week and only like smoking partially on Thursdays. So you've already been balanced, right, within your week smoking journey. I don't look at prompts in advance, but on the day it's that's pretty cool. Then you get to completely use all of the inspiration that is allowed in that moment instead of having all of the inspiration baggage, to say it in so many ways. But instead of saying tea break, what's that? Tolerance break. I, for some reason, say THC break in my brain. Cheddar ruffles. I can't have them in my house. I lose all control. You see, just like inhales them. Suddenly they're gone. And you didn't really even pay attention to what they tasted like. They were just crunch crunch flavor, crunch flavor, crunch, and then gone. And you're like, ah, I really wish I didn't do that. If I could reverse time and do it all over again, I would just keep doing that in a loop probably. And then reverse time again and then put it back in the cupboard or something. I would I would completely break the universe if I had tools like that, so it's good to be done. Those are the best, Joe. Chocolate chip cookies are my current vibe. My mom bakes as well, so like it's not that I don't have access. That's the worst part. There's so much access to sweet things. You can't learn how to tell yourself no if you can't also say yes. Oh, say yes to you so that you may say no sometimes. Tolerance break, thank you. THC. I'm happy that Gob actually said the exact same thing. The fact that we have the duality of those, two different meanings. Word gateway, let the games begin. Cashew and blueberry munchies. Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, I like to freeze my blueberries as well, so it's almost like eating flavored ice. Like goodness, I'm like actually getting less. Like technically, I just used the word for desire. I feel desire for blueberries right now. Yes. my brain, what's wrong with it? It's like it's like anthropomorphizing a blueberry, a massive blueberry, right? And it's featureless, but it has blueberry arms and legs, and it's like posing. It's like trying to be all seductive. It's like, look at my blue antioxidant rich skin. Don't you want to bite into it? Yes, I do. Damn it, you blueberry. Stop seducing me. Oh goodness. One of the coolest things that I would love to do if I had ultimate technology is just to like turn blueberries into apples, and to eat blueberries like apples. To have like a small little 200-gram ball of blueberries and then to take them out and to that would be the coolest thing ever. But again, it's because I'm addicted to the freaking sugars. Gabi did sober timber. So proud of you, Gab. And you're in art escapade. Yeah, artscapade. Your sketches that you've posted are so awesome. Please keep posting them, brother Bam. It's so cool to see your progress, man. Anyone else? Surprise! It's already October this year. Yeah, like me and my mom talked about that today. I'm like, yeah, it's the last day of September. Just oh, you know, 3 quarters. That's the word. 3 quarters of the year gone. Kind of wild. Time is a flat circle. Yeah. Space-time curves onto itself. In the same way you would consider space-time infinite, you only consider it infinite because you are so small. In the same way that if you didn't understand how large the Earth is and you keep traveling in a direction, you could convince yourself that you could travel in this direction infinitely. But eventually you would loop back around the Earth, coming back to this moment. And space-time is the same. What does that mean? I don't know. My brain cannot wrap its head around that. It's just like, yeah, I see what you mean. What does it mean? I can just show you. I can be like, look at it. What do you think about it? Yes, it's almost the holidays. I hope that it's a beautiful holiday for you too, Joy V. Absolutely, Mel. On the one hand, it's like the year has taken forever with everything I've been through. At the same time, where did it go? Feels that way with this too, right? Like I know that it's day 638, but it still feels like right now. It hasn't ever felt not like right now. And there's a weird sense of, I don't know if dissonance. Maybe it's connection. Maybe it's connection in reverse. Dissonance is connection in reverse. Yes. Puts that stamp of insane on self. The acceleration at one end of the circle seems to be bigger, though. It does seem to be, right? But that can just be a matter of perception. It can just be like, because of the side of it we find ourselves in, it looks to be faster, but there's an inverse of that same fastness that is completely counter or balancing of that. Is the quickening you're feeling, Mel? Which quickening are you referring to? All of the above? You should act out more scenarios, Mel. Hilarious. I'm happy that you enjoy the insanity of my brain. Like there's something wrong with me when I think about stuff like that. And I'm like, what is actually wrong with you? Did you need to be put in an insane asylum? Like normal people don't think about these type of things. You need to be put away so far. And then I have beautiful friends like you that actually encourage and love that part of me. So thank you, Joy V, for making me feel a little bit less crazy. Correct. All the excitement that they have is just pushed out through the barks. Maybe just so much. You did sober stretches, and for the effort, I'm proud of you, dude. Thank you, Joe Vibe, for sending so much love. Whoa, I have a sudden empathy attack as Melt imitated the puppy when I want to hold that puppy and don't even like dog. Oh, that's, I guess, like I feel beloved Goblin, said it perfectly. Like in her worldview, maybe she's protecting us, you know, like she's doing her job. Dogs of jobs, doing the bestest of jobs, protecting us so safe. So, like, I feel my heart has softened already. Now, forevermore, I will think of her as trying to protect me when she barks instead of her spazzing out because she thinks she's in danger. Because even though she might be trying to protect you, if the person that she's barking at suddenly runs at her, you should see her GTFO. I've never seen I've never seen a dog scared like she is. Like my dad and my siblings like to scare her as well when she comes around corners and things. And then I'm surprised why she's ceaselessly in a state of angst. Fortunately, she's like chilling. Look at that, right? State of angst, and just chilling now. Huh, puppy long stockings? Look at her now. She's like getting all riled up because she saw another dog for a split second. You're barking at other dogs? Scared cat. Oh, I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna protect you so hard. Gonna get protected. I feel a little bit overwhelmed today. There's so much love that I feel I'm missing out on. Know that I feel it, right? I'm not technically missing out on it. It's still very much here, but I might not be allowed to know it mentally. Sana! Sharing love too. So much love to you. Thank you for joining up. I have a couple of days where I just don't smoke at all. And it's not till the next day I'm even aware that I didn't smoke. That's the best, right? I feel like that's the best. When you completely space, you don't even think about smoking. You don't have to give those frozen bubs a whir and a bit of banana, and you have yourself the best ice cream ever. That's no refined sugar nor milk. Apple blueberry. Yeah, stands in line. Exactly, right? I would I would fight an old lady for the last apple blueberry. I'm just imagining this whole scene, like me and a granny with like one of those push chairs or a push, like it's bar rounded, it has wheels in the front of it, and then you can push down in the back, and you lift it and you push it forward, and we spot each other, and then we spot the last apple blueberry on the shelves, and both of us, start sprinting, JoJo style. The freaking cart going from being wheeled in front of her suddenly is pulled behind her. I grab onto the blueberry only to be absolutely beaten down to the ground with the full force of God. Her using that trolley to absolutely beat me to a pulp. Me being like, hell no. Scissor kicking myself off the ground. I'm seeing a whole anime battle between me and Super Grandma. I'm freaking like actually dragging myself out of this supermarket. Action Grandma, untouched, not even a scrape on her. Standing with the blueberry. It's That's what I thought. That's what I thought, little Mel. Sayna, thank you God for sending love. Everybody do the flop. See you tomorrow, folks. See you tomorrow, Mariah. We look forward to seeing you again. Normal people need to wake up to be able to think normally. Yes. In a world of insane people, the sane are seen as the insane, right? The sleeper must awaken. Mel, in our normal days. Heavy Final Fantasy vibes now, Jovi. Pepe, love y'all tomorrow. Keep your hearts open. See you tomorrow. Dear Gateway, love to you, friend. Did Shelby get her bird yesterday, Mel? Fortunately not. Fortunately not. They've been spending so much time inside. Roxy, we have Shelby and Roxy. We got two of them. Roxy has been conditioned. I don't know if conditioned is the right word. Has softened up to want to live in the house now, and they've just been like absolutely adorable. You know, like laying on the same chair, arms stretched over one another, type of vibes. It's beautiful. See you soon. What a grateful day, Gateway. Thank you, Shan. Our beloved Haywire Hill. Uncle Beckers himself is here too. Thank you for joining us on the YouTube. Susanna, how are you feeling today, friend? It's nice to see you. I'm headed to class. Have a good one too. Thank you, Connor. So much love to you, friend. Have a good one. My doggo noodle. There's something there. Oh yes, danger. Oh, there must be danger. I'm sure danger is somewhere. Yeah, somewhere this looks around. Yeah, with danger. With danger. Somewhere there's danger. I mean, we are heading into the Spooktober, right? My doggo Noodle gets into barking spats. I've got to grit my teeth and say sweet things to him like, "Thank you, Noodle bud. We're all safe. Your job is done." Yeah, yeah, right, Jovan. Maybe that's what it's about. Maybe it's like this teacher, and I've said this to you friends as well, where I believe she is my teacher. Like, let me backtrack why I believe this. There is this story that the I don't know what his name is unfortunately, but the dude from Headspace, he did a whole episode on the guide to meditations on how to deal with anger. And when he was studying to be a Buddhist monk, his Buddhist teacher gave him a small little nail scissor, right? So like blade this long, and then took him to a whole, grass field, and then told him to start cutting the grass, right? While standing there watching him as he's doing this, and the anger that brings up in you. And I feel technically our dogs could be seen as those teachers in our lives where they do stuff like that, like the ceaseless barking spat, that it drives us insane in a way where this spiritual essence, this Buddhist monk inside all of us wants to lose it, wants to absolutely lose and wants to push the off button on whatever is making the noise. And if you think about it, it's a survival instinct to do that as well, right? Like when we used to live as small communities, making noises like that would very much be a safety risk. If you're trying to hide from something, if there is actually a danger out there, you don't exactly want to alert the danger to your location. Here, here. I'm here. Here I am. Here I am. Here. I'm here. Oh, thank you. Loud food. The best. The best kind of food is loud food. It's very easy to find it. So maybe there's a part of our animal slash primal side that gets super aggressive when we hear stuff like that. And as you mentioned, right, you grit your teeth and you get to say this mantra of love, of appreciation, of gratitude, regardless of the way that something makes you feel. Teaching us, letting us gain a skill that is invaluable, technically, right? Little teachers they are. Have a good rest of the day. Take a break now. Hall monitor. Yes, please stop now, please. Just put an off button on the quiet. Thank you for being the truth, the light. Thank you for doing the same, Connor. Truth is the light, friend. You are the truth. I see your light. I'm doing okay. A tired, slow morning. It's very loud today with some construction going on around me, trying to not let it get to me. You see, instead of barking noises, Susanna gets to deal with construction noises. So now instantly I feel grateful. I feel grateful to have only momentarily barking noises. Thank you for reminding me it can always be better, Suzanne. That I am healthy. Thank you for keeping yourself healthy, right? In mind and spirit, regardless of these noises that will be in your environment. Bye, Melty and all. Love to the infinite fractals. Love to you. Okay. It was a pleasure having you here with us. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Many dangers are scared of by noises, even if they are stalking you to attack. Being detected early can be reason enough to back off. My dogs are generally territorial. Territorial. It's more, this is my land. Ah, okay. Maybe that is what she's doing. Maybe she's being protective, not out of a lack of safety, but just as a means of being like, hey, you know, you're not gonna get away with just being here, loser. I'm gonna like make a ruckus and stuff about it. How about that? that's that's how I see it now. That almost makes the most sense. It's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You think you can just come here? Oh yeah, oh yeah. You think you can just come onto my farm? Oh yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Many dangers. I think again. Thank you so much, Savina. I love that. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for the love. Dear Shan, first day of cooking weed. How does someone find new activities to occupy themselves with when attempts in the past to expand their interests have failed? Go and walk. Just go and walk, right? If you feel the need, right? Let's say you want to stop smoking weed. If you feel the need, the compulsive need to smoke weed, and you have the rolling papers in front of you, you have your weed in front of you, and all it takes for you is to be in that space, right there, with the things you have, in order to realize the fractal to be able to smoke the weed. Stand up and go for a walk away from the weed. You can do that, right? And in doing that, you'll have an experience. The experience of not having smoked weed. And instead of having gone for a walk, right? Go outside. Make sure you have, yourself covered. Wear a hat. Wear some sunscreen, even though I don't necessarily like sunscreen. That's beside the point. Get away from it. Right? Actually get away from it. Whatever it is, give yourself space from it. And it doesn't have to be something tangible where, oh yes, I'm gonna sit down and solve Rubik's cubes instead of smoking marijuana, and that's the only thing I can do. And if I fail at the Rubik's cube, I might as well go back to the smoking of the weed. It's more do something else, whatever it may be. Cutting the sugar is something I need to focus on. I discovered I have a sweet tooth per the dopamine my ADHD brain craves. Yeah, really likes to feel okay. That's what it is for us. Maxine, it's so hard for us to just feel okay that we're always trying to find what maybe this will make me feel okay. Maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe if I eat this thing, maybe if I watch this thing, maybe it's so hard for us sometimes. Acknowledge to yourself at least right now that you are okay, that you are enough, that you are taken care of, that you are loved. I love you, dear friend. You can't even, for a second convince yourself that you're not loved. It's a cool bird call happening in the background that it is a pretty cool sound. It could totally go in the track. I used to be a Rottweiler. It used to be a Rottweiler by me. It would bark at every passenger by, but if you just said hello as you walked past, he wouldn't bark. He just wanted to be noticed. Aww, that's kind of cute. She definitely doesn't have a shortage of being noticed. Big ass tick. Look at this. You had an organism consuming your vital life force. How about that? And now the organism will cease to be. I'm sorry, dear friend. I respect all life. But when you parasitize the ones I love, I have to step in. I have to step in. Used to be a Rottweiler. Thank you again for sharing that story. That's beautiful. Don't get too yoked this month, Melt. Your massive biceps won't fit in your pretty flowered shirts. It's already happening. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't stop me. I'm gonna get uber yoked, Joy Vive. I wanna be like dangerously yoked so that when I go to Christians, I might have a chance of keeping up. Like that really is how it is. Christian is crazily strong, so I'm trying to get to his level, but he's ahead. He's far ahead of me. Thank you, Join me for allowing me a moment of ridiculousness. I was thinking the same. Such pretty burp noises. Thank you for listening, friends. To me and to the birds. Shan, as a medicine mom, I wanted to ask you a few questions. If you're willing to be or lend some guidance and knowledge, please. Like I'm already seeing the beauty of that fractal. If it gets realized, please do see it through. The message after the stream. Last but not least, I will say, if you feel hopeless about quitting due to boredom and loneliness, consider sitting on an NA meeting. You don't even need to talk, just listen. Isolation makes it harder to break the addiction cycle. I feel it's very good to hear people's different perspectives as well, especially from this viewpoint of people that struggle with the same thing that you're struggling with, right? And then to see how it has influenced and affected their lives, and to draw parallels, and to realize that there are synchronicities and why they stopped and why you want to stop as well, and then being supportive in each other's way, in each other's lives in that way. I agree. Thank you for your Rat Park TED Talk, friend. It's a beautiful one. I appreciate you being willing to share so much of yourself. For every minute you're angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Yo, I'm gonna take that one straight to the book of things we're saying. It's so silly, right? It's kind of stupid, and yet it's so smart. So smart. It's the whole, every minute, 60 seconds passes in Africa, but this one is better. Every minute you're angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Let's read one of your friends' things worth saying. This one is so good. Wherever you may wander, meet yourself there. Ooh, now that's the thing we're saying. It's not much activities I want to remove as if I want to add. Activities I enjoy and I have a passion for. I have limited interests, but I still very much enjoy them. But it's caused me to be in a bubble, and it's hard to meet people with that in common. I get you, friend. With interest in common. Keep going to the places you like going, though, Eventually you'll find them. Biceps so big. Biceps so by. They thiceps. Yes. Yes. Thiceps. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have legs growing out of my torso. I can flying kick you. And like, goodness, instantly, my brain, as I'm saying the words, I have legs coming out of my torso. It puts me on all fours with legs. Now it's so cursed. It's so cursed. Stop showing me that. Stop. Stop doing this. Do you wrestle? Yeah, I did actually. I did wrestle as a kid as well. When I was a teen, we built a janky boxing ring. We had a full workout arrangement and would beat the heck out of each other in good fun. I wrestled. I never did boxing, but I did sometimes do like loved boxing with my siblings, but not enough to actually say we did it, right? Like maybe 4 or 5 times. But I did wrestle, you know. loosening the neck, absolutely wrecking people, trying to pin them to the ground. It was fun. I couldn't sleep last night. I was also having a hard time, so I'm tired and barely functioning this morning. I thought you were leaving earlier. That's why I said bye. No, Sena. Here now. Present with you, friend. That sounds like some good old fashioned boy fun, Uncle Becky. It does, right? I had an older brother, so it was more real than wrestling. Absolutely got, RKO'd and things. Haywire, me, and my friends and my younger brother friends all did the same. It was all in good fun, but there was always that one in the group. I say wrestling loosely. I feel you, brother Bear. My brother fractured my wrist trying to body slam me when we were kids. Yes, the casual body slamming of your little sister. Of course. It's you, brothers. I fortunately never body slammed my sister. My sister can go into life being like, yes, Melt never body slammed me. I was like, what? What do you mean that Melt never body slammed you? Well, Shan's friend, Shan's brother body slammed her when they were kids. Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing that. I hope your wrist is good now, at least. Yo, a fractured wrist is so brutal, though. We couldn't afford gloves, so socks had to work. That's hardcore, dude. That's like some bare knuckle shit, isn't it? Such a bro. Yeah, God. I am, right? We're both. We're both. I've tried to bring feminine energy into myself as much as I can. From this awareness that I can be very masculine. So it's about finding balance, right? Be masculine, but don't be toxic in doing so. Where I believe the toxic masculinity is actually the shying away from your masculinity. And then in doing so, being unmasculine, right? Being willing to take advantage of others, right? That's the least masculine thing you can do. Being derogatory, being reductionist, na 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 na. That is a lack of masculinity, not an excess of it. Go off into the house of a friend, for the wheels will choke the path if unused. Thank you, friends, for all the air you give me to rise and the light you give to see. I'm forever grateful for what has happened here. It's so beautiful to be walking this road, right? The house of a friend. That technically, I am in your house right now. I literally walked the road, used my fingers to realize the fractal that is this live stream, to be with you in your house right now. Thank you for letting me in. Sick place. You have like a floor and like walls and stuff. That's pretty cool. We didn't have floors and walls like this for thousands of years before now, and yet look at this, freaking floors and walls. Yo, what the hell? Thank you for letting me in your life, in your house. Thank you, Uncle Becky, for walking this road with me. I have melt them everywhere. Shannon tuning into all of the infinities, all of the different lives, all of the different realities, all of the different alien species, all of the different, creatures, all of the multidimensional entities showing up in the same moment as Shan with Shan. Multi-Shans. Multiversal Shans. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing with us too. Nancy is here as well. Good morning slash evening. Love to all. Melt, I watched your stream last night after work, and it's a stream that belongs in the best of. Thanks, Mel. Yesterday's? Thank you for letting me know, friend. I'll add it to the list of best of that I have. I actually have been making one. True friendship is also like good health. The value of it is seldom noticed until it's lost. Y'all, we have so much value. We have so much health as a community, Uncle Becky. What a healthy community we are. To be so supportive, to be breathing so strong, to have a heartbeat that is one that is daily. Value for days. High quality humans, dude. Always bring high quality value. I used to have a huge problem of keeping fruit snacks and gushers and fruit rolls up in the house. I would eat the entire box in a day. Same, Maxine. Like it's like, oh, now it's done. There's more. Oh, now it's done. There's more. Oh, now it's done. But there's more. Oh, now it's done, but there's more. And then perpetuating that until there's no more. And then feeling absolutely horrible knowing what you've done. What have I done? looking at the corpse, the empty bag of sweets you just devoured. Right, shivering, laying, breathing its last breath, single-use plastics. Oh, self-control goes out the window. Same, same. That's why intermittent fasting has been like a lifesaver for me, at least. Eat one macro-rich, the proteins I need, the carbohydrates I need, some healthy fats, and then I feel full, I feel satiated, and then I just refuse to eat again, and then I don't snack as much anymore as a result of that. Shan, I'm also watching the YouTube stream. If you like banana ice cream, try Chunky Monkey Ben and Jerry's. It's my favorite banana ice cream with chocolate chunks and walnuts. We don't have Ben and Jerry's here in South Africa, but I'm looking forward to trying that too. Gummy snacks are my weakness for sure. King in the North. I live in the South though. You can call me King of South Africa instead. See the dream, manifest the dream. I don't really want to be King of South Africa actually. I think that would be like a pretty hectic role to play. I don't think I want to do that. King of South Africa, yeah. Thank you, my mom. I've been encouraging my mom to drink more water as of late, and she's been lovingly doing so. It makes me very happy. Are there normal people? I think everybody pretends to be normal, right? Not realizing that everybody is not normal, realizing that that is normal. So if we can just get past trying to be normal, we will realize we're all normal. That's what I think, at least. Exactly. That's why I just completely cut it out altogether. All sugar. My sugar addiction is just so strong. 5 years strong, sugar free. I salute you, Shan. We can see it as well. Like the difference in health is astounding. I mean, there's a lot worse to be addicted to out there. It's true. It's true. It's true. But it's the same pathway that we are practicing almost. I think, and in some ways as well. Uncle Beggar Beggar, Beansy Ramser, and Blur Jam. Thank you, Gravity Goo. Stroking me a little bit. You know nothing, Jon Snow. This is true. This is so true. Dragon Rider. Yeah. Me and my friends like to talk about dragon riding a lot. Actually, we we live a we live an alternate existence where we are dragon riders in a faraway, distant galaxy, universe, dimension, different multiverse, different reality of infinity. And we're riding dragons. We don't have technology though. So we quite literally go by dragon to meet friends on other continents. And we travel for weeks at a time. It sucks. And we complain about it to each other. We're like, can we, like, please park somewhere? Is it like an island to land on? We can just stretch our legs, smoke some joints. This sucks so much ass. I wish we could just like instantly teleport our consciousness, our words, our life faces, across the universe, across the world, to our friends living in different continents. That would be so cool. This whole dragon riding all the way to where we're going sucks so much. And then here we are, having that technology, having the means to transport our consciousness, our words and our faces, the expressions thereof, all the way across the world, right? Into your home in America right now. And we're like, oh, but if only dragons. If only we could ride dragons, that would be so cool. We'll always find something to complain about. We might we might as well start finding things to be happy about. I bet it is. I have a recipe that I've been wanting to try that's supposed to make apple caramel ice cream that's just frozen apple and dates. That sounds really cool, actually. Making your own ice cream is so darn good, especially if it has dates. I'm a big date fan for some reason. I feel it's like a starchy berry or something. There is a great free day concert starting today in San Francisco called Hardly Strictly Bluegrass. They're live streaming. If you go to their website, won't conflict with my stream. Even if it conflicts with my stream, Nancy, please feel free to go and enjoy yourself, friends. Thank you for giving us the heads up, Nancy. Epic old lady battle. She has like multiple levels on me, dude. Like literally, she's like 70 levels above me, dude. Of course, I was gonna have my ass kicked. Absolutely got decimated. That's why Melty's in the hospital. He got beaten over a blueberry. Yeah, you should add the grandma part. Like a grandma beat him to a pulp over a blueberry. that sounds like that sounds like a very melt thing, you know. Like eventually, like it will be so Looney Tunes, where you're just like, yeah, that makes sense. What? What? He got beaten to a pulp by an old lady over a blueberry? What do you mean? That makes sense. It makes sense, dude. That's just, average melt stuff. He just does stuff like that. Gets into fights over blueberries. Gets his ass handed. Kate! It's so nice to have you here. Just stopping by and saying hi to Talio. I love you. I love you too, friend. It's nice to have you here. Let me try to make everything myself. I'm gonna skip a little bit to the present. Hello, Starshines. Hungry Fox, it's been a while, friend. How are you doing? How's life treating you? I've been coloring my hair since I was in the 8th grade, and over the last couple of years, I don't get it done nearly as much as I used to. I'm thinking I might let it go natural now. I don't even know what my natural hair color looks like anymore. Maybe that's a good experience to have. Maybe that's the experience meant to be had right now, Shan. To see what is, to see how it has been, to have an experience that you haven't had since the 8th grade. Right? That sounds pretty divine to me. Love and light to you too, Hungry Fox. You can't wash your hair for 3 days after you wash out the henna. It does get darker over time, but every time you step out into the sunshine, it's like super paprika red. Ooh, henna? Wil ons my hare kleur met henna, mamma? Hoekom nie? Dink ons gaan sleg lyk. Ek weet nie om snaaks te wees. I'm asking my mom if I should color my hair with henna. I was considering it. I like the whole super paprika red with the sunshine. That makes my brain happy. So I asked my mom, should I do it? And she's like, why do you want to do that? And I'm like, to be funny. And she's like, you're funny enough. You're funny enough. Darker is fine. Box dies. It gets lighter, and then it goes more pinky, which is hard. Yeah, where it's more like it's not actually bleaching properly. So it's only like leaving the red pigment in your hair over. There's no faded things with Light Mountain Henna. Thank you for letting us know, Maxine. The more we know, the more we know. I got thrown off the top bunk, you could say, out of the ring, cracking my head open on the womb of the chest of drawers. What the hell? This happened to you as a kid? I got thrown off the top bunk. You could say out of the ring, cracking my head open on the knob of the chest of the drawers. Sharmina, I'm happy to still have you here, Fred. That's so brutal. My brother is younger than me. Even better. But my bro is way into boxing. Hard ref. When me and my sis would box, mom would find out she'd knock me out of her right hook. My brother broke my nose and my arm on the couch. I think the signal or the comments are stuck again. Yeah, they were. Okay, I think I'm back again. Saying, I have a question. I realized the older I get, I'm having a hard time to visualize during meditation, and every day I try to cleanse and balance my chakras. What can I do to help me connect better? Sena, if you see only darkness, if there's no thing being visualized, you are more connected than ever, right? That without that state, without that infinite connectedness to infinite nothingness, nothing can arise to be. That is infinite potential, seeing nothing at all. There's nothing to strive for, friend. that is that is my best way to help you connect. As soon as you accept that there is nothing to connect with, that even in not being able to visualize, seeing only the darkness, that is infinite potential, and that you're connected to that infinite potential by being able to visualize, being able to be in that infinite nothing. There's nothing to connect to. You're it, Sena. You're it, friend. I don't know what was worst, that I got on my forehead being dyed yellow with the antiseptic spray. Oh, that's so brutal. To remember it, Sena, there's plenty of things your mom did as a kid that you don't know too. That's true. That's true. I would love to know actually all of the stupid stuff that my parents did. Keep it against them a little bit, like they keep things against us sometimes. I feel that there's so many things my mom doesn't know about we did as kids. Yeah, that's true as well. Good to see you all. Have a good day. I have a visitor I need to give attention to. Love you, friend. Give love to that dear friend of yours. Thank you for joining us, for sharing some time with us as well. I wish I can fly without a plane. I wish to be a unicorn, mermaid, fairy queen. And I want my skin color to be hot pink with glitter. Hmm. You know what's trippy, Sena? You might not have it in physicality, right? This version of you might not be that, but you will have a version of you that is that, right? So unicorn, as in kind of like I'm seeing feminine features, right? Feminine features. The hair color I'm seeing is also like a soft pink, right? Soft pink hair with a unicorn horn. It's a little bit jarring, but I can get used to it. It has like a small, like the tip of it is like translucent and it's like beaming light. You can like shine lasers and stuff, right? And then mermaid, you go feminine torso into mermaid tail, but you're also a fairy queen, which means you have these wings. So instead of ever touching the ground, you're always floating above, right? And your tail is doing this almost like it's a swimming in the air, holding you upright in the glistening skin, right? And the way we're gonna do that is virtually. You can have that as your avatar. You can represent yourself as that. And guess what, Sena? You will be able to fly. Absolutely. You will be able to. Yeah, that's the only thing you asked for. You can do that. How about that, right? You've literally already created that in the future. And that's the future we're heading into. You know, eventually we're going to be interfacing with avatars with one another as well, right? Like instead of having to take this physical system all the way to America in order to sit in person and have a conversation with you person to person, we can just take our consciousness, put it in an avatar, take that avatar and then move it in virtual space to one another. And then we can have the feeling of camaraderie, the feeling of looking at someone across from you, except we can do that in our own homes. Sweetie, sweetie. And it won't take away from the beauty we'll get to share when we do connect, you know, physically. Like I feel music festivals are gonna be so important in the future we're heading into. Like there's gonna be music festivals, I don't know, every weekend, every second weekend, every month, where all of us that have access to these digital realms and enjoy our digital realms, enjoy the ways that we can communicate, the ways we can interact with one another in these digital realms, will at the same time integrate slash make use of our technological realm or our physical realm and the technological realm to have like these get-togethers with music festivals. So we can be people, we can be our own playable characters on this playable surface. Main says Vieriso. Damn, that's a good point, Meltmore. Thank you, friend. Thank you for seeing it with me. We're savage. When I was young, my brother shoved me and my toe got caught in the bed frame and the back of my toe was sliced off. You know, moms get upset about making emergency room runs, just wants to like hanging him up, absolutely murder him. So Vina just learned that my mom has hidden occasional smoke sessions with the neighbor from us. Adults are just fun. Kids are just kids having kids, figuring it out, literally. I don't know anything, you know, like all of us. What? Oh my goodness. On you, Meltmore. That's exactly who I am. I see. I can see. I just my meat sticks. Like my capacity to visualize is like here, like this much, and then my capacity to use meat sticks to actually make it is like here. So it's like always feeling like I'm staring up, you know, a skyscraper, and it's perfectly smooth, and there's no entrances, and I'm like, how am I supposed to get up there? And it's like, yeah, guess you can't. Guess you can just tell us about it, or whatever. I joined the Olive Garden app in the solidarity with Italy's new prime minister. I don't even know what any of those words mean. I guess that's the point. Very funny. Thank you. That sounds awesome, but I make too much of a mess to do home dyes of any kind. Yeah, it's a little bit of a an experience to say it in so many words. Yeah, no fitted things at the mountain henna. Sorry, Jovan. As I often say, growing old is mandatory, growing up isn't. I like that. Thank you, Sophia, for sharing it again. Sorry, only you, not on you. Saying that's because Melty is just you, and you were Melty because both of you were the infinity. Seeing you as me, seeing me as you, seeing all of us as the same thing. Infinity staring back at itself, right? An infinite universe as you, inverse. You as that same universe, staring into the universe that is you on the other side. Uncle Becky has this cool saying, cool understanding of infinity, where it's like infinity is when you get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer with your eyeball until your eyeball touches the other person's eyeball, and then that loop of infinity is like infinity as well. Wouldn't have it any other way, Savina, unless I could choose not to grow old. We're working on that though. We're do we like, and I think we're gonna have that tech within the next 20 years, Jovan. We just have to try and keep ourselves as healthy right now as possible. Coming back to our stream topic, keep yourself healthy now. We'll have tech for longevity coming soon. But the better you take care of yourself right now, the less damage you do right now, the easier it will be to undo certain damages, the easier it will be to integrate, you know, beneficial changes going forward. We got this, dear friends. Well, that's so true, Savina. Hey, Mel, since your dad thinks you're insane, what does he think about us? Does he think we're double insane for turning into you? No, he thinks you're naive. He thinks you're naive, and he thinks that I am evil in exploiting your naivete in order to take advantage of you, or in order to try and lead you away from the truth. Is the way that he articulates usually. You know, like that's my whole thing. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure he considers me the Antichrist. I'm pretty sure. Like we've had the conversation quite a few times. Like it's either that or he'll bring up Hitler. I'm like, what, dude? And I'm like, dude, can you please stop psychologically traumatizing me, please, please, no psychological trauma, please. Not fab. You know, and me and my mom had a conversation about this today, and I don't really want to say any about this, but still, uh, on my mom, like when my mom went for her operation, my dad felt like that was the right time to ask her, where do she think she's going to go if she dies under narcotics? why, would, why would you ask that? Why would you ask that, Dad? On the way to the hospital, they're in the car. On the way to the hospital for my mom to go and get an operation. Where do you think you're gonna go when you die? If you die under narcotics? It's not the time, dude. That's just the thing that's coming to my mind, right? Maybe I am insane. Maybe we're all insane. JV. The thing that I keep telling him when he tells me that is I tell him watch. I'm like, just watch, Dad. If I'm so insane, just watch. You know? And I don't know. Hopefully I'll get to show him something. Otherwise it'll be pretty embarrassing. Just watch, Dad. And then doesn't turn on the TV. You just watch that. You just watch. There's nothing showing. You haven't turned. Oh goodness, health to all of us, please. We are just the voices in his head. I love that. Didn't Hitler believe in Jesus Christ? He did. He was also an advocate for, you know, taking care of your pets. He loved his dog. He was also a vegetarian. Oh goodness. And he was, I believe, in a lot of ways, probably also a victim to his own fractal. Like he probably started creating something and then messed himself up. What? Yeah. What the? That's the way it is sometimes. We're insane. I'm happy being insane with all of you. That's the thing for me, fortunately, right? Like my only message, and he said this to me as well, and I've told you friends this. Like one of the things that he really likes bringing up as a topic, he looks at me and he has this smug like, this is gonna so get you. Look at his face, like, you know, the devil doesn't tell you believe in me. The devil tells you believe in yourself. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I tell people as well. And then he does. And I'm like, I'm the insane one. I'm the insane one, right? Me, crazy? Because I'm telling you to believe in yourself. Please. Because I believe you need to save yourself, right? Not from the perspective of you need saving, but from the perspective of not waiting for a savior. Not believing, there is a savior somewhere outside of you to be that savior in the lives of others, to convince other people that that savior is real as yourself. And that's my philosophy. And I keep trying to tell that to my dad, and he believes that believing that is evil. He believes that it's like his words is also, yeah, that's new age belief systems. And then I usually reply to that either I'm not subscribed to any particular religion, or I say we're living in the new age, Dad. Have you considered that we're living in the new age? Things are new. Things aren't the way they've been, huh, Heather? Very much not so. And yet, we still get to have moments like this. We still have to get our dogs to sit on our laps, get to share nice conversations with one another, get to say hi to MDMAC, saying that he's at work, but he wanted to say that I should have a great weekend, and that you should too. Thank you, MD. Sending love to you, friend. How are you? How are you doing, Heather? How's life been treating you? Sanity was so pre-COVID. Overrated. We're with the times. We're so with the times. Regardless of what you believe, you are the light in the world, which in the world point is his religion in the first place. Fortunately, I'm not buying in to the story, right? I feel like he's like, and this is, I don't know if this is bad to say, but in more ways than one. It's almost like my dad in my life is the world personified, right? If the world was a person, that person would be my dad. That's what it feels like in my life. And I love him so much. I love him more than anything in the world. But I see him hurting himself and I see him hurting others as this person. Old belief systems, old separation mindsets, and I don't want my dad to get cancelled and stuff like that. So, like, there's things that we would omit to say, but you can infer enough information just with context like that. Just believing things about reality, right? How humans have believed, the separation we've convinced ourselves of. Why I am like this, and why they are like that. And why we cannot ever meet each other halfway. Because they are like that, and we are like this. And there's no. And I'm like, no, but they're you, and you are them. Believing you're separate is an illusion. No, we are separate, Estian. I'm like, okay, Dad, where do you start, and where does the universe end? Oh, right here. I'm like, okay. So if I take everything from right here out into the void of space, how long can you be? Oh, there's no oxygen or atmosphere. I'm like, okay, so for you to exist, you need to have atmosphere. So now, how much do we shrink that atmosphere? Do we need the entire planet's atmosphere? Can we have like a small little bubble around you? So are you now that little bubble, that little surface of atmosphere or the building containing it, and then yourself, and then all of the food you eat, is that you? Does it only start being you when it enters your body? Your hairs, as they extrude out of your body, right? At what point is it you, and at what point is it not you, right? And then I I keep trying to lead him to this point of we are not separate. And he's like, no, I refuse. Of course we're separate. I am me and you are you. And I'm like, yes. And we both see hands when we look down and look at our hands. I don't understand what you mean. I'm like, I'm dying. I'm split. I think many of us have a person that is rather negative. It hurts them, it hurts us, and it's difficult for them to change. And the ironic part is as well, Heather, and this is something that I keep reminding myself of. Even if they could change, even if they did change, even if they would change earlier, as a result thereof, we would not have had, will not have, won't continue to have the experiences we need to have in order to be who we are. You know, the growth that is to be experienced with dealing with a person that might be negative, that might tell you, you know, reductionist things, that might try and convince you that you're crazy. And then to be with that and then to, you know, transcend that, to remind yourself of your own sanity in the face of insanity becomes such a powerful skill that nobody can end up taking away from you. And a skill is something that serves you your entire existence, right? Getting a skill in something, growing the fractal of understanding in a certain context, you know, someone berating you, trying to tell you how evil you are, trying to tell you how little you are, trying to tell you how much you need a savior, while at the same time trying to remind yourself of how you have saved yourself, how you have pulled yourself out of the trenches, how you've pulled yourself out of bed when you didn't feel like it, how you took a shower when you know, couldn't even bear the thought of living another day, how you went to work to, you know, make ends meet even though you didn't want to be able to reach out to someone even though you're tired. Like these things are how we save our world at large, to bring heaven, to bring godliness to earth, not to expect godliness to bring earth into that space, to bring that space here, right? To realize that with what we have of our limited means, heaven on earth. It's the most crazy concept, and yet that's the only thing that we're meant to do as divinity, to bring divinity to each one of you. There is something at work that wholeheartedly believes in nearly every conspiracy theory going. You cannot have a normal conversation with her, let alone a deep and meaningful one. Fear. It's a mind virus. It's a mind killer. You get reduced to a ball of nerves, something that is just, you know, re- like receptive slash feeling in every direction, but any input instantly brings right ball of nerves. You know, there's no input that can be given that doesn't generate that spasm of just fear, of angst, of uptightness. Those people especially need to melt. Especially. But it's hard. It constricts the mind. It makes it impossible to think about something because you're always reacting. You're not actually generating or receiving information. You're just the information is just creating spasms instead of actually being absorbed or contemplated, received in any way. It's difficult, especially because we would love more than anything to have meaningful and deep conversations with someone like that. Regardless of what you believe, thank you again, Sam. I'm taking those words to heart, friend. I appreciate it so much. I knew the moment I saw your video, I knew deep down that we have met before in another lifetime. And when you came in my life, I was going through so much. I asked the spirit guides to send someone who could help, and within a few days, I found your video, and I started to believe that I'm not alone, especially since this has been one of the hardest years of my life. Sena, thank you so much for saying that, friend. I honestly believe that everything is transpiring in divine order. It has allowed me a sense of calm. You know, to know that the frequency at which we find each other, at which we connect, everything is transpiring in divine order, you know? Like literally the amount of time you stir your coffee for, the amount of time it took you to walk to the couch, to sit down, you sitting down, just reflecting in the moment, feeling what it's like to breathe, looking around, taking your phone out, choosing to find the stream, right? Everything perfectly transpiring in divine order. And the fact that you have found this space as early as you have, it gives me hope, you know? It shows me that what it is we're doing actually has some sort of conceptual value, right? It's so difficult for us sometimes to believe ourselves valuable to society, to ourselves, to our own lives. And you friends have shown me in more ways than one just how much showing up means, you know. Shown myself, shown you, you've shown me as myself, showing us to ourselves so that we can grow together. Oh, it's beautiful. I think Dad would be a little more proud of you. He's proud of me. He is proud of me, Sam Myers. But he's proud of my grit. He's proud of my persistence. He's proud of my power. He's not proud of my message. You know, and that's difficult. Where it's like the message is the feminine thing. The message is the dance. Right? A song, a flow. Where the masculine part of me is the part that shows up every day. Where it's like brute force, no matter what, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna peer through infinity, hell or high water, discomfort or crying. I will show up. That's the masculine part. He admires that part of me, but he doesn't admire the part of me that can sit down and have a conversation about the soft things. And the part of me that's the soft one is the one that needs the most love, right? So the powerful version of me, my YouTube, there we go, it's reconnecting. And say to him, someone trying to inspire will tell you to believe in yourself. Someone seeking to take advantage of you will tell you to believe in them. Exactly. I do say that to him. I try to say that to him so much, you know, that my message isn't, yeah, you know, I show up and you need to show up. And if you don't show up with me, then you're going to be doomed, you know, surely. Yeah, you're going to suffer so much. No, quite the opposite. My whole philosophy is to show up as an example for love, right? As an example of love for love, as an example. That whole infinity loop attached to itself, right? Because this is what I believe I'm supposed to be doing. This is the thing that I love doing, and I'm showing up for it. And my encouragement is not for you to do the exact same thing, but to do the thing that you love, to show up for it. And that is the message. That's like the gist of it. It's so simple. So simple. And if we can all do that, I believe we're going to be home free, right? It's not a reductionist thing. It's not trying to take anything from you. It's trying to give more to the world by giving to yourself. That's the way I see it, at least. So what I'm trying to realize it as well. That's a good one, Savina. I'm going to have to jot that down. Please do, Sam. Please do, friend. Take that fractal in. I stop expecting acceptance and support from my parents, especially now that my dad is dead and I just have my mom, but she's a hardcore Jesus loving Christian, and I don't know that she'll ever accept me as me. My mom accepts me as me, even though she's a Jesus loving Christian as well, Sena. So I don't think it's impossible, dear friend. Sending you so much love. Jesus was all about accepting the person as they are. There we go. How beautiful is that, Sam? Thank you. It was his whole ministry. Exactly. And he was like one of the big proponents for going and talking to everyone, you know, the prostitutes, the people that collected money, the the scum of society as they believed during that time of reality. And that was exactly the type of people he would go and sit with. He would wash their feet, you know, reduce himself not in stature, but in socialized ranking, right? Where the very things you walk on, beloved sunshine sister, the very things you walk on, the bare soles of your feet, need to be cleansed of the earth because of how holy I perceive you to be. that even the dirt should be taken off of your feet, that you should be cleansed because you are holy. You are loved, and I see you as that. It might be a little bit weird, but I'd like to wash your friends' feet as well one day. You know, maybe it will be like a little bit of a barrier of entry. I've asked Christian if I can wash his feet, but he doesn't want to let me. That sounds like the weirdest sentence I've ever said. Oh, my masculine friend doesn't want to let me touch his feet. Woe is me. He's weird about physical touch. There is someone at work. Thank you again, friend, for sharing. There is one thing that keeps me going. The hug of a new friend. A Kira Burb hug, a Meltmore hug, an Uncle Becky and Aunt B hug. It's coming. I see it with you, dear Heather. Can I just tell you, I love the way your voice sounds. That might be out of nowhere, but it's something that I thought when I heard your voice on one of the talks, and I just want you to know that. I'm proud of your dances. I'm proud of your message. I'm proud of your tears. I'm proud of your smile. I'm proud of your heart. I'm proud of you as a man. Yo, Heather. As soon as I closed my eyes, this is what I saw. Thank you. Thank you, her. Herbel? I can't remember what that symbol is called. But that's a trippy one. It's an Egyptian symbol. I can I'm having a hard time wordsing right now even. I'm melting a little bit. Thank you for the health. Thank you for the love. Thank you for seeing me, dear Heather. It's nice to have you here too, Kira Burb. I hope you're doing well. Heather and Kira Burb are over here. Love you, friends. Love you, Jovan. Thank you for coming and saying love here too. Society back then was a little bit more closed off to people in certain roles, but Jesus showed exactly what love to love regardless of where they came from. I hope your mom remembers that example. She does, fortunately, Sam. I'm sure Sam as well as well. Thank you for resonating in that way too. Absolutely, Joe. We all have been such a blessing. I had your time and knowing I'm not crazy and feeling that way. I do. We love you, dear Shan. Thank you for sharing yourself with us as well. I was scared, and I'm still scared to tell her, hey, mom, I'm a witch and a goddess too. I accept myself 100%, and I don't need your opinion, just your support. Stop making me read the Bible and read a new book. Yeah, try something else. You know, spice it up. Read 5 pages of witches against the patriarchy, and then read 5 pages of the Bible. Why not? Why not? You spice it up. Add some flavor. Witches against the Bible. You will never wash my feet. The last doctor that did ended getting kicked. I hate my feet being touched, lol. Savina, a lot of people do. I understand completely. It's more a feeling than it's a request, right? Like I see this beautiful fractal of, being able to call on three of you friends, and it's a display, being able to wash your feet, ask you a question, it'll be an experience only capable of having if you have it, right? It's one of those things where I feel one of the most beautiful parts about this reality is the infinite potential thereof, where there is a potential where at Meltfest, as we're sitting in a circle having a conversation, I could sit with your feet in my lap, cleaning them with a cloth, right? And the juxtaposition thereof, what would that mean to you? What does it mean to me? What does it mean to people seeing that? What does it mean to us as a collective? What does that energy mean to the whole, right? And without doing it, None of those questions, none of those fractals gets induced. Why curse the dark? I live in the dark. Me too. A lot even. It's better to create a light than curse the dark. I think he's not cursing the dark. I think he's saying like it's better to shine light than curse the dark. Through though we travel the world over to find the beautiful, we must carry it with us, or we simply won't find it. Couldn't agree more with that, Uncle Becky. Wherever you go, there you are, after all. I love and appreciate Jesus, and I pray to him, but I don't think we need to put him on a pedestal, make people feel like they can't be themselves because of religion or people's opinions. And there's no demonization of any of it either, right? Whatever you choose to believe, fortunately, is what you get to choose to believe. And whatever you believe is true, right? As long as you believe and what you believe comes from a place of love, I believe it's true. I believe we're all living in a multiverse of our own, right? Every single one of you are not seeing the same melt. Like I consider myself the same melt, but you're seeing melt as you. That this version of me that you see is a direct reflection of the version of you that you are. That I'm not something different. That I'm you, right? And as you, multiple versions of you, you get to experience multiple versions of me. That we are existing in multidimensional realities within this universe, one reality, as multiple dimensional realities. It's a whole trip. And the fact that we get to do this, already, that we get to exchange ideas, information, we get to add nodes, add, like I'm imagining pebbles, in an infinite ocean, ripples, in each other's lives, in each other's minds, in each other's ways of seeing the world. That's what I believe is of most value. Though to be fair, there were more ticklish back then. Maybe it's better now, Savina. Yesterday can be a nightmare, but tomorrow can make your dreams come true. I love that one too. Beautifully said, Uncle Becky. My father forced me to have an abortion. I cut him off for 5 years, and I'm now starting to try and accept him and his flaws. But now I know their love is conditional. The father wound is real in me too. Whew. Yo, I'm here with you, friend. Thank you for being strong enough to share that, for reminding me how much hurt we can feel, and then for inspiring me, for being such a loving being regardless of these things that you've been through. We love you, Susanna. You were accepted and loved regardless, no condition. I hope you know that. Punch people. Hell yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Read about other religions, not just the Bible. And I love The Secret. And I found a book where I can make my own spells. The ones where you like collapse letters and then you turn those letters into a symbol and then that's your magic spell. I've made one of those too. I've asked for infinite wisdom, I believe. And it's this infinity symbol with a line in the middle of it. Susanna, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. Parents doing what they think is best can cause so much trauma over and over again, generationally, perpetually. Generations, traumatizing generations. Thank you, Joy Vive and Shanna and Sena. I've never understood bodily anatomy, and I have to make space to accept that. Fortunately, you don't need to, Susanna. We've moved out of the age where we need to know everything. Even though we're moving into the age where we will know everything, there will be people that can take care of you. Thank you for allowing yourself to. I live in the UK. Melty is closer to me than my father, both in physical location and in heartfelt feelings. This is all I need to say on that. Savina, your friends flatter me. I can feel you too. It makes me happy that we have gained so much health just in the knowing of not being alone. There's a sense of calmness, a sense of restfulness, a sense of rejuvenation that happens in my heart knowing that you friends exist. Beloved sunshine sister, I don't know if you're here still, but just the knowing that you exist, it makes me feel healthy. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I have more to live for. makes my cells want to live longer, you know? Like I feel myself actively unlocking the immortality gene. Tweaking, tweaking my genome, trying to make me immortal so I can keep loving on you friends forever and ever and ever and ever. And then suddenly, you know, how will we die? Uh, like for some reason I was imagining myself flying into a sun or something, figuring out like super fast tech, and then accidentally flying myself into a star. It would be pretty cool, create the ultimate in hypersonic or hypersonic. Really, Melt? That's so slow in comparison to what we need. Maybe like let's say quantum gravity well technology. Hyper travel, and then flies himself into a star. It's like a wow, banana. It would be the beautiful juxtaposition, but that's gonna be in like a few 100,000 years or whatever. We still have time for all of the shenanigans. That's all I need to say on that. Thank you for creating a safe space to share Melt and beautiful community of light beings. We're here healing together, becoming healthier. Right, another fractal to connect to. I honestly believe that as we do this, as we talk about these things that we do, as we explore these parts of ourselves, we're becoming healthier. Not only on a mental, on a physical, on a uh, conceptual level, but I believe on a cellular level. Like we know now, that certain types of yoga practices, yoga nidra, which is basically just words and you laying down, can literally change the gene expression of the human being. And if I can do anything, I hope to change your gene expression to code for love. To code for love! So that in every single moment, over everything else, your brain will love first. It's like love and then everything else. So wherever you look, love, love, instead of fear, fear, love. If you were granted immortality under the conditions of doing this every day forever, would you consider it a curse? I think that's what we did. I really think we did that. I don't feel cursed. Did you watch the episode of Sandman, where they were telling that story about the dude who was like, yeah, this whole dying thing, people just die, and we just all go along with it, and then we keep dying and stuff. I'm done with it. I'm not gonna die. I feel me showing up and saying I'm gonna do it every day. I did that exactly, like exactly that. Like the universe was like, "What do you mean you're gonna do it every day? Every day means infinity." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And it's like, "Oh yeah, asshole. How about you live forever? Let's see if you can do it forever." And now I'm like, "Let's go." You think I'm scared? Stares into the face of infinity. Doesn't look away. It's like, yeah. Look away, no. Look away, no. Look away, no. Look away, no. Until I'm completely reduced just to pure awareness. Flesh and mind melted away. Nothing but being. We're gonna go into infinity, right? If we figure out immortality, it will just mean I'll have to do this for longer every day. We'll have to see. Maybe in like 555,555 days, I'm gonna be like, good day, captors. Indeed, greetings unto you, beloved wardens of this prison we call life. Something like that. Another day, 555,555 days later. Oh, also still now. When will it end? When will I die? Love is true. Day 555, Mel says. I'll kick your stupid little face. I don't. Who knows? The only way for us to know is to find out. And I'm so for finding things out. I like knowing. I'm looking forward to knowing with you, friends. It's gonna be an adventure finding out. getting beat by old ladies and flying into stars. Be safe out there, my friend. It's poetic. You see the point I'm trying to make, the duality I'm trying to communicate and all of that. It's like cool, but also not cool, right? It's like, oh yeah, melt, masculine, big guy, beaten to a pulp by an old lady, right? So it's like the contrast. Oh, cool, develop technology, fly in space. That's pretty cool. Flies into a star. not so cool. Love to you too. Thank you, 1B, for tuning us to the 1111 energy. So nice to have you here. Our health is judged by our happiness. Ooh. And I'm pretty sure our happiness codes for our health as well. He wants to live for 10,000 years, Savina. Imagine doing this every day for eternity. That's the joke. That's actually the joke. Maybe that's gonna be the infinite paradox of Meltmore. Is the longer I live, the longer every day is, at least for me. And it's gonna always be a reminder of the now, of not wanting things to be differently, of being with things as they are, always. And even if I only get to live 10 years doing this for the next 10 years, we will get to have that experience. If I get to live 100 years, 100 years is fine. Get to have this experience. 1,000 years? Sick. 1,000 years. The only thing that I hope in doing so, I hope in living as long as that, is that we can continue sharing the amount of love that we do for the next 1,000 years, even if it's just this amount of love. This feels like too much sometimes, right? For the next 10,000 years, I'm down. You don't have to do it with me. That's kind of like the point. But I'm so down to try to see these 10,000 years through. Maybe infinity will win. Maybe eventually I'll stand down. I'll be like, okay, infinity, fine. Fine, infinity, you win. I can't go every day, it seems. And then suddenly, the curtains will roll back. There will be applause. The universe will be like, yeah, finally, stupid. Took you long enough or something. I'm seeing the picture you're painting, Mel. I'm happy to feel that. Thank you, Rambler. We are everything and nothing. And to try and uplift ourselves above others is just as bad as trying to lower ourselves, for their comfort. And instead of saying that outright or trying to judge ourselves or one another for it, we can just say things that make us feel things. And then those things that make us feel can make us make better choices in our own lives. Day number doesn't fit on screen, just like, an infinite amount of digits. Just day pi. Yeah, day pi. Day pi. Yeah. What do you mean day pi? Yeah, we have completely broken out of time, and it's just the ceaseless now. So we have to always be ceaselessly nowing in order to hit the time that is once a day. So we're just infinity timing right now. That is going to be singularity, isn't it? Oh, goodness. Fine. Fine. Fine, universe. Fine. Singularity too? Oh, yeah, I can take it. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm just being playful. I'm being playful. Universe is like looking at knocking me around, you know. Like the universe can represent itself as something your size, and can also represent itself as something even larger than the size of the universe. As I'm poking fun, it goes from looking me eye to eye to looking at me from the scale of the universe. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'll stop. It's hard to be a woman, especially when your opinions are taken away from you. But I know one thing, that every woman is so strong and resilient, and nothing can break us down. We will always get back up. Hell no. We all need change. Often, if nothing changes, I think we will go insane eventually. I'm there with you, dear Sena. I believe this is your age, friends. This is going to be the age of the women, right? We're transitioning towards matriarchal energy. We were smack dab in the middle of patriarchal energy for a very long time that is domineering, dominating forces you to do things, tells you what you're supposed to be doing, and then leaves no room for you to be yourself in that. Where the feminine energy lets you be, lets you flow. When you come back to her, she feeds you. All right, that is feminine energy. And I believe you, dear feminine friends, are going to be very necessary in the future we're heading into. Every single one of you are healers. You'll be the ones taking care of our future. I don't know. Can't imagine doing the same anything forever. Joy Vive, we do the same anything forever anyways. Right? From again, the larger perspective. It's just about doing it intentionally for me right now. It's like, oh yeah, I've been doing this forever. I'll do it forever. And then life is like, okay. Okay. And then I can do it until I die. And then I can be like, that was fun. What next? Lady love. Girl power to the girls. Every single one of you are goddesses. Gods on planet Earth. Not here for frailty. Not here to be taken advantage of. Here to be yourselves. Healers of this world. Hell yeah, girl power every day. I have to listen to Spice Girls to feel empowered. Get it? Sayna. I'm gonna pull a card. Hopefully we'll pull a feminine one. At work, so I can't stay, but I wanted to drop by to say I love you. Love you too. Thank you, Kieran B, for joining us. Beloved, feminine friend. Not exactly feminine. You could. All of these dolphins are female dolphins. I promise. I don't know, but they're technically drawn dolphins. We could be like, yes, all of them are female dolphins. It's decided. Female dolphins. Card number 13, the Dolphin Merkaba. A vehicle of interdimensional travel, huh? Where are we interdimensional? Like we did some interdimensional travel today, I feel. We went into some deep stuff. Joy and cooperation. Choosing this card asks you to connect with the joy that resides within you. We occasionally forget to exercise our joy factor. One message of the dolphins is that joy and laughter are always available, and through cooperation we can share the joy of living. Visualize yourself as playing in this dolphin Merkaba and deeply experiencing joy. How can you better express your joy? How can you bring more laughter into your everyday life and share the way it feels? Joy is infectious. Become its expression. That laughter for female dolphins was the best. I'm happy. I'm happy that you appreciated it. Thank you, Heather, for being silly with me, friend. What a pretty blue. It is. Practicing the joy factor, friends. If joy doesn't bring health, I don't know what does. Please be joyful, feminine friends. The world is yours. It's your oyster. The world is opening up to you, feminine friends. You're gonna be our saviors. I'm just here to uplift all of you. I can't do it by me. Not even close to. Like I honestly believe, and go in if you want to dive a little bit deeper into this, go and listen to Terence McKenna's take on the transition into the patriarchal energy and then looking at the trajectory going into the feminine energy right now. It's like clear as day if you look at the patterns, of our societies. Feminine energy is beautiful and she loves us, but she will destroy everything that doesn't serve you anymore. She'll melt it away. Yeah, she's powerful and she will get her way, especially when it comes with ego death. Melting, Sayna. Exactly. Right? The masculine part of me wants to be rigid, wants to stand strong, wants to weather the storm, wants to fight back, wants to maintain control. The feminine part of me knows to melt more, to let go, to soften, to be open. And it's not something we get taught, especially not as men. Quite the contrary. And then we're surprised that our society is falling apart, that men are 6 times more likely to kill themselves in this world. Oh, surprise, surprise. It's almost like we're unbalanced. Wow. I just said it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. You know, like there's a surprise. Like there's this whole, oh, we have a depression problem. Guess we need better drugs. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Yeah. No, unfortunately not. Yes, I love this card, and it loves you. I love you. Thank you, friend, for joining me, sharing some moments, for breathing air, for keeping yourself healthy. Move, sleep well, eat well, and then along the eat well, drink enough water. Stay healthy. We're going into a cool future, and we very much need you. We need you to be in that future with us. Otherwise, it's going to be a whole future without you, and we can't have that. I won't have that, actually. Beautiful day, everyone. I love you all so very dearly. Melt, and all of you wonderful friends. Love you too. Dear friends, thank you for joining me again. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye, everyone.